Oh, hello, folks. Guess who's here? It's your favorite host of Dragon Ball Legends podcast. It's me, the Rom. And Blues is missing. I don't know what happened to Blues. I think he got depressed. He's probably crying or taking his dog for a walk. Who the fuck knows? That's not what you came here for. What you came here for is news about the site. And also other stuff. You want to hear my hot takes on life. Oh, there's Blues. He's typing in the chat. Yeah, I had to go get food because Blues is a fat man. He cannot go without eating. He's addicted to food, people, and it's not good. It's not good. He's talking in the chat now. He's making up excuses. He's like, oh, I had to go to Wendy's to get some onion rings and a big double cheeseburger to throw down my gullet. He's just like, Blues is at this point, Blues is like a pelican. He just guzzles down fucking fast food. It's disgusting. We don't need that. Pan doesn't need this kind of influence. She's a young Irish lass. And she doesn't need to be influenced by the impure fucking fatness of Blues and his bad habits. That's not... I'm here to show her the straight arrow to goodness. So, what is the show today? What do we have? There's actually been a lull in activity, folks. There's many reasons for this. Well, one of the reasons is Blues has gotten a job, and ironically, I've lost my job while he's gained a job. Though Blues broke himself again. Like, this is a running theme on Legends. Blues is kind of like, remember in the 90s with the crash dummies? Blues is a crash dummy. He can't help but destroy himself. He's kind of like, he's not cool like Tyler Durden. He's like if you mix a crash dummy with Tyler Durden. He just can't help but destroy himself. And he works at Macy's, and he like lifts up big boxes of whatever the fuck they sell at Macy's. I'm assuming they sell like rubber ducks and perfume. So Blues picked up these giant boxes of rubber ducks, and he basically broke himself. He lifted the boxes wrong. I don't know what to tell you. It's just like Blues hurt himself, and he broke his hand, and he crashed, and he fell into other boxes in the truck, and it was like a disaster, like a crash dummy. It's like arms were flying all over the place, and his head popped out. It was a fucking horror. A Macy's shopping center horror. And so now Blues is broken. He's taking time off. But he still has his job. I don't have a job. But I have to keep myself busy because I have to work out, and I got to go to school and file for unemployment. So I'm in the zone. When you're unemployed, there's two ways you could do it. There's the fucked up way, or you could do it the right way. The right way to do it is, well, I'm employed to myself. So there's the boss side of me that gets me to do stuff, and then there's the employee side of me that doesn't really want to do anything. So we kind of find a common ground to where I do things, but I also have a little bit of fun. So unfortunately, I'm able to stay above water. I have my means, but I have to keep myself busy. So it's not like a vacation. I wish it was. I told people it's kind of like a vacation, but that's a lie. It's not like a vacation. So it's more like I basically am employed for myself right now because I have to make moves. If I treated this like a vacation, it would be really stupid. So no, we're not doing that. It's a life lesson right there, folks. You're getting free advice. You should take it. If you're ever unemployed, don't act like you're unemployed. Like, work for yourself. So, let's see. We got the script. Yeah, the script is right here. So, I like how we talk about the script. Like, we don't have our shit together on this podcast. It gives it a good earthy feeling to it. So, Saga news. Well, there's technically not a... What is a Demon Realm? Is it an arc or a saga? I don't know. Is Pan listening? This is going to be a quiz. Pan, what is a Demon Realm? Is it a saga or an arc? Because I've heard both. I've heard Blue say it's a saga, but it's supposed to be an arc because this is what happens in between the this happens in between the sagas basically. It's like we're running mini sagas. Maybe that's what we should call them, mini sagas. The Demon Realm mini saga. So yeah, so the saga's not set up yet, but what we got going is a Demon Realm saga, and you have Plot A and Plot B. So Plot A is basically, if you go back, Goku found out that there was trouble in hell. And the backstory on that is that Moth Violet died fighting Vegeta because she kind of went fucking crazy because of Moth Yokai. So, she's dead. She goes to Otherworld. Moth Yokai and Moth Violet separate in Otherworld. Moth Yokai, being a demon lord with 100 years of life, or something like that, knows about a backdoor into Demon Realm from hell. So they decide to basically go into hell to get into Demon World. So they escape, they cause trouble, and there's even more backstory to where like Raditz is in hell because he was part of the Saiyan invasion, which is part of the other saga. So to make a long story short, Raditz died on Earth in this Turles invasion, which happened in the prior saga, and Raditz, with a lot of the undead, started a civil unrest in hell, basically, against the ogres. So Goku goes down there, and he chases Moth Violet, Moth Yokai, and Raditz, who eventually meet up, and they form like an evil trio. And to make a long story short, they find the portal, and Goku attempts to fight them, but they all end up going through the portal to Demon Realm. Okay, so there's that. So we're moving on to the other part. So now they're in Demon Realm, and they, at first they're kind of, Raditz doesn't trust anybody. Moth Yokai and Moth Violet are kind of like, okay, we got this fucking crazy Saiyan warrior, and we also got Earth's hero. Either one of them, not really the best team to work with because they all have their own motivations. But eventually, they get in some scuffle with some demons. They work together, and Moth Yokai knows of a portal that heads to Earth. It's basically a back door, because demons have back doors. That's how they travel between Demon Realm and all these different realms. So, so basically, Goku and Moth Violet go to Earth, and that's Plot A. They go to Earth, and they're trying to recruit, or they're trying to get some of the Z Warriors and other people to help them fight Dabura. Because the big thing is, and more to the backstory, is Dabura, when Delia Lumen became Moth Violet, she realized she didn't realize at first, but basically that she's a reincarnation of Moth Yokai, which is a foe of Dabura. So Dabura sends these demons out to try to kill her. They fail, but they cause so much problems that, basically Moth Violet has to fight Dabura to end this. Also, the demons are harvesting negative ki on Earth because of all the chaos that's been caused from past conflicts and so on and so forth. And it just kind of alludes to the fact that there's a guardian of the earth of light, and then there's a dark demon lord of darkness. And, the demons send these dark lords to certain planets to act as kind of the counter guardian, or like the anti-guardian. And they harvest the negative key to send back the demon world, because that's their thing. They love, negative key, which is, I see negative key a lot like dark side energy. Like, if you're a demon, of course you can naturally use it, but for like normal mortals, it really corrupts them and fucks them up. That's why Moth Violet acted so erratic, because really, I mean, even as a hybrid demon, human/demon, she's not, she's mostly human, so it's like, I mean, this dark energy is not good. It's not good for a human to have because it's unnatural, and at least in that amounts. So moving on to that. So that's plot A. Plot A is the characters going with Goku and Moth Violet to Demon Realm to fight the Burrow. Plot B goes back to the plot of the demons harvesting on Earth, which leads into Devil Man, or more precisely, Great Devil Man has been is a villain of plot B, which he is the demon lord who is harvesting negative ki on Earth, and he has kind of his own agenda. He realizes that these Earthlings, these Earth heroes are going to Demon Realm to fight the Burrow, so that gives him a chance to basically try to harvest all this dark ki for himself, so that way he can become the Demon King. So there's like two plots running at the same time. And in this way, we give the people who would want to stay on Earth a chance to participate, and those who want to venture off into Demon Realm a chance. So that way, there's really no way for people not to be involved unless they just absolutely don't want to be. And that's basically what's going on in a nutshell. I could go in more depth, but we'd really get into the weeds, and it would take a long time to explain. So I'm going to leave it there, and we'll move on. So that's what's going on right now. And basically we've set it up because, like I said, activity's kind of fallen right now. We do these events every Tuesday, and we're actually going to start doing a voice chat before that. So early in the evening, we'll do the voice chat, so even the Europeans can be involved in that if they're available. Though it is a Tuesday. Tuesday just worked out because a lot of people can RP on that day, but it is a work day, so we'll have the voice chat, and then we'll have the C-Box events going on Tuesday. That might be subject to change if we could get more people involved and we have to change the date, but Tuesday seems like the best fit so far. So that's what we're going with. All right. So C-Box news. What has been going on in C-Box? Because I haven't really, like I said, I really only on here on Tuesdays right now, so I don't really know what's going on in C-Box. I don't think there's been much going on. I can go back and look. Let's see. Well, there's what we did. I guess we could talk about what happened as far as I think the most important thing to talk about would probably be the Demon Realm saga. So we have the setup, right? You got some of the Z Warriors or heroes or whatever going to the Demon Realm, plot A. And you also got some of the characters staying behind on Earth, which is plot B, to fight Devilman. So, let's talk about plot A first. So, in plot A, Moth Violet, Goku, Piccolo, Gohan, and Rikutsu all are going to Demon Realm to meet up with Raditz and Moth Yokai. When they get there, they're nowhere to be found, but they're greeted by blue fire demons who attack them. So right now, that's where we left off, is they're getting attacked by these blue fire demons, which Moth Violet, Raditz, and Goku had encountered before they even left to go to Earth. So this kind of leads into that. and right off the bat, they're in a combat situation. Um, right now on Earth, you got Oob going through a pyramid, which is a little bit in the distance from Baba's place because Devilman it used to be a demon, used to be one of Baba's warriors, but now he's taking on the reins of a demon lord that harvests Earth's negative ki for King Dabura. So Oob infiltrated the pyramid with Master Roshi, and there's a lot of dark ki emanating from there, and Oob has. What I wanted to do with that is it's like instead of just having it like a physical fight, it was more like Oob the dark ki kind of gets Oob, brings out Oob's fears, and Oob's fears, from what I know of the character, would be that he is actually he could be like Majin Buu, since he's a reincarnation of Majin Buu, and so that's one of his fears. Is also one of his fears is losing Soror, which is Raditz's daughter, which she survived the Saiyan invasion and then eventually ran into Oob, and they fall in love. So they're a couple. And oh yeah, damn it, I forgot. Sorora actually goes with the Z Wars to Demon Realm and Plot A2, which is actually a good part because it's they have to split because Sorora has to decide between Raditz, her father, and Oob, and she decides to go find her father and save him. So, sorry, I forgot to mention that part. Everybody makes mistakes. I'm a one-man band. I'm doing it all by myself. So, all right. With that out of the way, so that's what's going on in C-Box. Keeping this short and snazzy. For this podcast. Blues is gorging himself in double cheeseburgers and onion rings right now. He's going to have a heart attack soon. I don't know what to tell him. We need to have an intervention about this fast food nonsense. But that's not for now. We'll allow Blues to do his own degenerate stuff while we finish this podcast. So, forum news. There is no forum news. Nobody's posted on the forums, really. Well, Pan is actually posted on the forum. So, let's see what Pan is up to. What? I'm pretty sure it's about camping. So, I don't know how far I'm going to go into that because I'm not saying that camping RPs are not the most riveting, interesting things, but I'm just saying that I don't know. Let's find out. Let's Scooby-Doo this, folks. Let's Scooby-Doo this mystery. Who is posting on the forums? Let's find out. Camping equipment, fire safety. Oh God, this is gonna be good. This is what I fucking wanted to read. A harsh alarm. Klaxon sounded throughout. Oh, well, first, let me read the title. Camping Equipment Fire Safety by Sunpan. A harsh alarm klaxon sounded throughout the large dome chamber as Pan rushed back inside carrying a fire extinguisher. She rushed over to the blaze, aiming a nozzle at the container at the blaze, and she squeezed the trigger. Shh! Oh, it sounded like the sirens of Avalon as she sprayed it down. Nothing happened. Crab baskets. So, I mean, the sounds were in her head. She's mentally ill, folks. So she heard the sounds, but they weren't really there. So this is a mentally ill Sunpan. She thought, she heard it, but it wasn't there. That's what we're going with. She pulled the tank of an eye level and opened it, glancing at the instructions. Hold upright, blah, aim fire, blah, blah. Pull cord, ah. She located the plastic ring pole attached to the cord and a handful and pulled it. through the handle and pulled it. Shit. There was a soft snap, and the handle felt loose. Aiming at the blaze, again, Pan squeezed the black handle, and a wave of something gray spewed out from the nozzle and landed on the face of her boyfriend. I was reading this, and basically, I think the deeper meaning is that supposedly she fired a fire extinguisher in the face of her boyfriend, but there's an innuendo to that. I don't know what it is. I can't. It's like it's a mystery. It's like a Scooby-Doo episode. Maybe you could tell him what it means, but that's what I've read from this. I don't know. I'm not the best reader, but this is what I get from it. She said crab baskets, and she sprayed a fire extinguisher into the face of her boyfriend, which I think her boyfriend's name is Zach. Pretty sure that's true. What innuendo is that, Blues?
What innuendo is what?
Her spraying a fire extinguisher into her boyfriend's face. Is that like a fucking is that like a haiku or like a slam poetry?
No.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's like a 3-step haiku for love or something. I don't know. But listen, Blues, we gotta have an intervention with you. You gotta stop eating fast food. It's not good for you. You gotta stop eating fast food. It's time for you to get on the keto. I want you to get on a keto diet, Blues, and tell us how that goes.
That's not fucking happening.
Eat the fucking keto diet, and then Blues is gonna be real. It's gonna be super Blues. He's gonna be like David Goggins, except not Special Forces, but he'll be really.
Who the fuck is David Goggins?
David Goggins is a Special Forces guy who's with a can-do attitude. So we read. I mean, that I might not have told the whole truth about Sunpan's post, but I gave it a little bit more pizzazz. I wanted to help our Celtic queen tell the story. And I think what happened is that she sprayed Zach in the face with the fire extinguisher, and he learned a lesson. And the lesson is that, look, stop being a little bitch, and and actually tell me your feelings. And I'm like, yeah, I learned about it too. So now we're moving on. And folks, Blues has joined us. He is our.
What does any of this have to do with fucking camping?
Because he learned his lesson, Blues, and fucking haven't you, Zach, which is Pan's boyfriend.
Learned the lesson.
Zach learned the lesson.
Who?
Zach is Pan's boyfriend. You didn't know this? You're the owner of the site and you don't know this lore? It's Zach is Pan's NPC boyfriend. You didn't know that? I read all of the Sun Pan camping episodes. Unlike you lazy more afternoon farmer. Is that the term for lazy? You're lazy afternoon farmer. I read all the fucking Sunpan hot takes on the forums.
All she's doing is camping.
No, it's more than that.
I think she fought a dolphin in one of them.
No, you missed out on the Zach the boyfriend. Yeah, and you're not hitting those home runs like you used to.
Alright, because Pan wouldn't come up with no fucking boring ass name like Zach anyway. That's how I know you fucking lying.
I'm not lying. It's the truth. Why don't you believe me, Blues? You think I would go in the forums and just make up shit as I read somebody's?
Read me the exact line where she's talking to her boyfriend.
Okay.
The exact line of dialogue. Read me that exact line of dialogue.
I mean, I already said it, so it's gonna be disingenuous to the.
Say it again. I'm gonna ban you from the C-Box for 7 years.
Okay. She's like,
I want the exact line as it is written.
Pan
and everything.
Pan said that Pan, Pan Pan aimed the fire extinguisher at Zach, and she said, "Why don't you tell me your feelings?" And Zach was like, "I don't know. I don't know what to say." And then she just blasted him in the face with the fire extinguisher in the camping tent. And Pan Pan was like,
Yeah.
Pan was like,
What's up?
you need to tell me your feelings. This is like a fucking symbolism of me showing you something, and it goes
Where
like
did
that.
Pan get where did she get the fire extinguisher from? If she's supposed to be out in the woods?
It's camping emergency equipment, Blues. If you ever been camping before, you would know this. Like I'm an expert camper, so I know these things.
Why does Pan have a boyfriend at 10 years old?
Oh yeah, I forgot she's that young. Well,
Yeah, you fucker.
Maybe kids are at younger ages are doing more adult stuff, and that might sound horrible.
She needs to be doing her fucking homework.
I agree with it. God, I always forget that Pan's like young as fuck. Like
Yeah, you can't pull that shit. That's how I know you fucking lying.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not lying. I guess you gotta have to.
Bullet more than she likes boys.
Yeah. Oh God. Well, yeah. So that's what's going on in the forum, folks. If you want to know what's going on in the forum, it's a lot of Pan camping and Pan. Oh, we lost Blues again. He had to go eat another double cheeseburger. It's a lot of Pan camping. So we're moving on, folks. Shipping news. Oh, this is my favorite. The shipping news is that let's see. Let's dive into shippings. So, the biggest shipping news thus far is that Sorora, which is the daughter of Raditz, which is Oob's girlfriend, decided to choose her father over Oob, and she went with Group A to Demon World, and Oob's sad about it. And he's gonna go. This is his edgelord moment where he's gonna go goth. He's probably gonna go cry in a graveyard, and he's gonna say like, "Man, this really sucks. Why does this have to happen to me?" And he might go a little anti-hero for a bit. Who knows? Like he might rough some people up. He might smash Sunpan's backpack with the map in it, so that way she can't be doing some exploring, like Dora the Explorer. So he's gonna do some mischief. He's gonna do some bad things, and that's going somewhere, I'm sure. So that's the shipping news. I will like it like that. It shouldn't go always the way of how the players want it to. It's like, oh, you have a girlfriend, huh? Well, now she's away from you. So what you gonna do now, Blues? What you gonna do now? And when Blues doesn't get what he wants, then he goes emo and he gets edgelord. And then, with his villains, he tries to get into situations that he can't handle, and the plans get a little too overcomplicated, and they just fall. It falls apart like a Jenga puzzle. It's like, he set it up great, and it's very complicated, but then you take out one of the Jenga pieces, and it just falls apart. Or another example of that would be he has a Lego set, and just like a kid just comes and just shatters it, just smacks it, and it's like fucking Leaning Tower of fucking Fail just falls down crashing. Legos everywhere. It's just a fucking horror show. So, let's see. That's shipping news, I guess. Redazu and Corona. No, I don't really see anything going with that much. So, let's see. We're not doing that. Out of character banners and ranters. This is a fun one. Well, we already kind of did a little bit of banner. Like, Blues cares more about his fast food than running a podcast, and that's not good. It's kind of sad. Who would have known it? Who would have done it? Who would have known it? Who would have done it? Painful scenarios. We're not doing that. Let's see. DBZ talk. DBZ talk. What's there to talk about? I'm not the biggest fan of Super, so you're not gonna get the hot take. I'm not gonna tell you like the new scoop on what's going on in Super. It's something about Moro becoming stronger than the gods or some shit I read, and it's like, who gives a fuck at this point? See, this would be the good part where we have a host of the show that actually gives a fuck about Super, because I don't really. I like the concept of Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball, but like at this point in the game, I'd rather like drink some hemlock than be a super fan of Dragon Ball Z or Super or anything, because you have to turn off your brain to enjoy Super and all its mediocrity. It's almost as bad as being a Star Wars fan right now. Like, no, we're not. No. You got to turn off your brain and criticism to fully enjoy these shows now, because they're all shit. They all forgot what made them good, and so you're not gonna get an easy fucking pass on me on that shit, I guess you could say. So no, fuck Super. So now we're moving on to Normie news. Oh boy. Let's see what's going on in the news. So, I know that Trump talked about Hunter Biden, which, I mean, Joe Biden's a piece of shit, so I'm sure Hunter Biden's the same way. Like, I don't know, he sold, like, dildos to the Russians or some shit. He did something corrupt, and it's like, who gives a fuck? Trump's corrupt, Biden's corrupt. Like, I don't even know what to tell people at this point. Like, if you believe in this system, you're a fucking idiot. I guess I could lead on to this and be like, tell you, but like, I mean, I'm just gonna give you the in-game ROM solution. The in-game ROM solution is that the in-game ROM hot take is that we're all fucked because both parties are corrupt. Both the leaders are old boomers, outdated in solution. They don't have solutions. Their solution is to benefit their, I don't know, the people who they back. All corrupt bankers and oligarchs, and I don't even know, like so. I mean, at this point, it's like pointless to talk about the fucking presidential race, like. And for you foreigners from Europe or wherever, from Malaysia or wherever the fuck you people come from, I mean, that there is no hope. You thought like Biden's gonna if you think Biden's gonna like turn this around, this American empire or whatever, you're fucking wrong. So I don't know what to tell you. Joe Biden's a career corrupt politician. Trump is a corrupt businessman. Like. What are we even doing? What are we even talking about at this point? It gets tiresome. I did it. It took a long time to get to my doomer level where I understand everything where it's at. And where it's at, it's not comforting, it's not good, it's not fun, but the truth is the truth. And the truth is that whether Joe Biden wins or Trump, it's bad no matter what. It's like I always say, Trump is a quick burn through austerity and republicanism, and Joe Biden is a neoliberal burn, long burn. But the end result's the same. It's bad. Because none of them have any good solutions. All the people with good solutions, Bernie Sanders, Yang, Tulsi Gabbard, they were all pushed out one way or another. Because They don't want the system to be fixed. This works for you if you're a rich oligarch, but it isn't. So the system is broken intentionally. That's what people need to get. Like it's supposed to be like this to benefit the people at the top. This isn't a left, and this isn't a right issue. It's just a fucking fact because they don't give a fuck about left. If you're an oligarch, you don't really care about left. You don't care about being a Democrat or Republican. You only care about who's going to help you make more money. Like, and I'm beyond the partisan politics and believing that, like, I mean, you have to be mentally fucking ill to think that these hucksters are going to save anything. So that's what I got to say about that. So I mean, that's my. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. So I mean, as far as politics go, let's see what else is in the news. I mean, I don't know what. I mean, talking about the fucking election is just fucking depressing at this point. Like, I don't even want to be around people who get excited about it. Like, they think like Trump or Biden's gonna help anything. Like, those people should be avoided at all costs. So let's see. Oh, well, Halloween's coming up, folks. I mean, so what are you going to dress up as? That's what I want to know. What is Pan going to be for Halloween? Who am I going to be for Halloween? Am I going to a Halloween party? Is Blue's going to finish his cheeseburger? Who knows? Who knows at this point? So, let's see. What else is going on in the fucking news? Oh yeah, I guess there's a war in Armenia and Azerbaijan. I mean, yeah, that's a thing. So if you like wars, there's something going on over there. Julian Assange is in prison. It's not a surprise because if you tell the truth and you fuck with government, they're gonna try to put you in prison. It's pretty much kind of a duh fucking statement at this point. Let's see. That's all I got, folks. I mean, I don't know what to fucking tell you. I know I didn't put a lot of effort into this podcast, but I mean, that's it, man. That's it. I mean, what else is there to talk about? I could find some wacky stories, but I'm kind of done. It's been a trying week for me. So let's instead of just ending it, let's talk about the future of Legends and Zeta. So with Legends, let's talk about Legends. And see, since it's me talking, you're going to get the real hot take, like, because I don't hold anything back. So what I see, the problem with Legends. Well, I guess we'll do this. What are the good things about Legends? Well, it has a C-box. That's probably like one of the main qualities of Legends is this fucking C-box at this point. So that's the pros. You got a C-box. The other pros is the community's pretty laid back. So that's good. I like that. Laid back, C-box. So what are the cons? The cons are nobody's advertising, and well, Blue's advertised today, but only after I hurt his feelings or something. And now he's trying to numb his pain with onion rings right now, and then he'll be back better than fucking ever. He just needs to eat those onion rings. He'll be good. But yeah, I mean, we need more people. But I think it's deeper than that. I think that this Dragon Ball Z community is really kind of done. And if you're not willing to innovate and add more from other shonen and other animes, you're this might be the best it's going to get. That's why with Zeta, I've just made it a shonen. I made it shonen with sci-fi, with a little bit of politics, a little bit of everything for everybody. Even idols. There's like, you can literally create a fucking band if you really want to, or be a singer. I wanted to create a site that has, it's for everybody. Because the thing is, if you really want to go deep into, the problem with Dragon Ball Z is it's never going to be as good as Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Super is never going to be as good as Dragon Ball Z. And Dragon Ball Z aired in America in a unique time period, back when people used to actually watch TV and there was Toonami. Now, let's just be honest, there's way better animes than Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball are always going to be good, very good anime. I mean, that's hands down, but just, I mean, it's kind of the same problem with Star Wars fans. You know, hardcore Star Wars fans are going to say anything they fucking put out is good, or they're going to make excuses. Hardcore Dragon Ball Z fans are going to say Super's great. They're going to be like, well, it's better than GT. That's a big thing. It's better than GT. It's better than GT. It's like, if you set the bar that fucking low that you have to say, Dragon Ball Super should be so good that you can't even compare it to Dragon Ball GT. The fact that they say it's better means, it should be so out fucking, like Dragon Ball Z, it should be on the same level as Dragon Ball Z, or at least near it. Dragon Ball Super falls, to me, Dragon Ball Super is like a 1 or 2 tiers above GT. It's not that much better. I don't know what to tell people. The fact of the matter is, Dragon Ball Z should have ended. It should have ended at Cell Saga to Majin Buu Saga. It should have just fucking ended, and they should have restarted it. Maybe have Sun Pan as the main character, and Bola, or anything. But they just kept scaling up, and that's really if you really want to know the problem with Dragon Ball Z and why it's not going to be as good as far as Super, they kept scaling up to ridiculous levels where it doesn't make any fucking sense anymore. And that's ultimately the problem. It's usually the problem with all shonen animes eventually. They keep scaling up and it just gets ridiculous. And that's why I think that the Dragon Ball Z community, as far as an RPG community, it will never be able to have the activity it used to have back in like the 2010s or the early 2000s. So the only way to innovate, the only way to kind of counteract that fact would be to create just a generic, or just incorporate many shonens and add elements of sci-fi and politics and other things from other animes to where anybody will enjoy the site. It doesn't matter what you're into. If you're Heather and you're into drama, you could just have a character that's into drama. If you want to play a Gundam character, you can have a mech character, but you got to understand that somebody with a mecha in a shonen based universe, you're not really going to be able to do much with it. You'll be able to fight maybe lower tier NPCs that have mechs, but a mech's not really going to be able to beat like a Super Saiyan or anything like that. And that's just going to have to how it's going to be. Now, if you have a power suit, maybe that's a different story. Because a power suit, you could kind of compare a power suit to an exoskeleton with the same kind of power as an android, maybe. Or you could be a Magic Knight, like Ronin Warriors. All that can be incorporated, but like, I think that's the biggest thing too, is everything has to be practical and work within a shonen universe. And in a shonen universe, it's the individual characters that change the universe. It's never going to be an army or fleet. Though armies and fleets can be in it, they're never the defining factor. And even in Gundam, a show like Gundam, it was never the fleets or the masses. It was always like the individual characters that turned or changed the course of history for the most part. I mean, you guess you could argue that Zeon was always going to lose, but I mean, like, imagine if there was no Amuro in Gundam. You could at least say that the Zeon would have put I mean, without Amuro, it's almost like the Zeon would have eventually won with a character like Char with no challenge. You know, if they didn't win with brute force, they would have won. Char would have won with cleverness, like with the movie Char's counterattack, where he just dropped a fucking asteroid, or not the well, he dropped an asteroid, but he also was trying to drop Axis, just a larger asteroid that would have been an Earth destroying or life destroying fucking impact. So but yeah, I guess that's all I really got, man. It's like, I don't know. It's going to be it's a short podcast today. I'm pretty sure the audio's fucked up on this too. I got to get a new headset. I really want some pizza, but the problem with that is I can't eat a whole pizza because I'm trying to be on a diet. So it's like, where do I get a few slices of pizza? That's the riddle for tonight, folks. Because I want to get me some slices of pizza. So we're gonna end the podcast here. We're gonna end it here, folks. So I hope you enjoyed. This has been a ROM show exclusive. Blue showed up, but then he had to go. He had to go. So I'm gonna end it right here, folks. So hope you enjoyed. Have a good weekend.